All of us have a special music inside. You have a special music within you. So do I. And that music should really make you come alive and energize you. I want to share a story of when that music inside of me died. In 2010, I came to Eugene, just fresh out of residency at Mayo Clinic, and I was practicing as a family doc in a big factory line medicine. And I'm going to share a very embarrassing story that happened to me. I can't even believe I'm going to utter these words of what happened to me in this big clinic. So in this broken system, it's like the hamster wheel, factory line medicine. Docs are disgruntled and unhappy. They're pumping patients up with pharmaceutical pills. You're seeing 30 patients or more, 30, 40 patients a day. You really do not get a chance to know the patient's unique story. Because I was so burnt out, I found myself one day, the patient came in, they wanted some drugs, and I knew what drug to give them, and it was just unfulfilling work. And I started emailing and doing other things on my computer while I had the patient, this sacred patient-doctor relationship. I had violated it because I was not present. I knew things had to change. So after 2 years of this big factory line medicine, this broken dysfunctional system that had burned me out, I said, I'm gonna go join, let's just call this clinic, I'm gonna go join the Gonzalez Clinic. Because in the Gonzalez Clinic, they're a smaller clinic, I'm gonna have more autonomy, I'm gonna spend more time with my patients, and I'm gonna make more money. But my wife, who's a lot smarter than I am, said, "You're not gonna join the Gonzalez Clinic. We're gonna create the Gutierrez Holistic Family Medicine Clinic. We're gonna be business owners." And I was terrified. And the first thing that terrified me was Gutierrez Holistic Family Medicine? I'm a Mayo Clinic Navy trained doc. Holistic sounds too woo-woo. And she looked at me and said, "Our clinic is in South Eugene. It'll be just fine." Folks, over the past 8 years of my solo private practice, where I'm truly making a difference and happy, I'm just thrilled that I've been able to do this and live the life of my dreams. Or so it seems. Am I falling in the fate of Ivan Ilych, and everything looks like the perfect cookie cutter life? And here's where I have to stop and ask you, Young Patrol, a question. Let's do a powerful thought experiment that'll help us realize what music moves you. I want you to imagine that tomorrow you had $1 billion in the bank and you can do whatever you want for the rest of your life. Furthermore, let's say over the next 5 years, you traveled the world and saw every exotic place. You traveled the world and tasted every exotic food. Now you're back in Eugene. You have all the free time in the world and all the resources. What are you gonna do tomorrow? I want you to take a minute to think about this question. And I want you to privately chat me, if you're comfortable, in a few brief sentences, how do you see your life and what you would do if you had all the resources to do it and no limitations? What would that be? I'll give you 1 minute, and please share it with me in the chat. Some great comments. Now this idea, this vision, this dream is what I say is the music that moves you. I call this your soul song. So when Chuck mentioned, what music are you listening to every day? This is the music that we should be listening to every day to guide us on our path. Dr. Wayne Dyer, the late Dr. Wayne Dyer said, if we don't do this, then we would be dying with the music still left inside of you. And we would look back on our lives like Ivan Ilych and think, what if it was all a mistake? Raise your hand if you want to look back and think, what if my whole life was a mistake? Raise your hand if you want the fate of Ivan Ilych. Nobody. Young Patrol, I'm at a crossroads right now, and I hope you can help me. I can continue practicing medicine in South Eugene and be very happy with my life and see and make a difference in 1,000 patients' life, and people will say he was a good family doc. He was an okay speaker, but he was really good family doc who made a difference in 1,000 patients' lives. And he retired and he had a family and a house on a hill. Or I can create a system that's effective and reproducible and share my success with other providers, other doctors, and spread the Gutierrez Holistic Family Medicine Clinic mission all across the Northwest and even across the nation. My clinic was a prototype. I can franchise out 5,000 clinics and transform and disrupt the way that healthcare is delivered in America. And if you relocated to Georgia, for example, I hope you don't, but if you relocated to Georgia and you wanted to see a family doctor, you would go to Gutierrez Holistic Family Medicine Clinic, where the doctor you saw was happy. He would listen mindfully to your story, and he would partner with you in making health changes in your life and allow you to find health and well-being. A doctor who's not in the broken factory line medicine. So I asked myself, which of these two paths should I take? Should I be selfish and just retire here in South Eugene and have a practice that I enjoy? Or should I create this system that can make an incredible change, not just to 1,000 patients in South Eugene, but to millions of patients across America? Now, I mentioned that the treasure is within you. Now, if I created this system and reproduced it across America, who remembers that song by Bruno Mars, I Want to Be a Billionaire? Which is, I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. I would be a billionaire. But that's not the treasure. The treasure is finding that music that moves you to help other people. So we have a decision to make. Do we want to be a sheep that's asleep like Ivan Ilych and follow that path? Or do you want to discover your soul song? Discover the music that moves you and pursue that. The secret, and I promise you that I'll share with you the secret, is to take action on your idea. Whatever vision you shared with me in the chat, please take action steps to make that vision become a reality and manifest it and change the world, because that's what I'm doing right now. Thank you.